Hello YouTube. It's my first video here, so I don't know what the quality is going to be like, but I bought a pretty new tractor here. New in the sense of a new line coming out. Mahindra 1123. This line replaces the old Emax line, and I was an Emax 20 owner myself. Bought this tractor this year. Live in southern part of Canada. I use it on 2.5 acres, mainly for cutting bush, plowing snow, and other yard work. I had the Mahindra Emax 20 before, which I traded in to get this nice machine. And I have to say that I'm very happy with my decision. Before I get to that, I will explain some of my own rationale here. When I had my Emax 20, I had the loader and I had the mid-mount mower. And as you can kind of see from some of the background, I have mainly grass property, but I have some hills and berms and other bushy area to cut. I found that the mid-mount was okay, but I eventually hit a rock and damaged one of the spindle shafts on the mid-mount, and it was going to cost me a pretty penny to fix. So at that point, I decided it's probably worth checking out a new tractor, and here I am. So what I've decided to do personally going forward, instead of the mid-mount mower, I bought a cheaper Cub Cadet ride-on for getting the finished grass, and I have this 48-inch rotary cutter for some of the rougher area. Anyways, we're here to talk about the tractor, not the rotary cutter. So this is the new 1123. It is from Mahindra. It's a brand new tractor, 2025. And I have to say, I'm extremely impressed with this machine. I'm not going to go through all the ins and outs of it, because if you're watching this video, you've probably watched many salesmen give you the tutorial. I'm just going to give you guys the quick rundown. Between this machine and the Emax 20, I have to say everything is improved, with the exception of one tiny thing, which I will get to. But I'll go through the areas that have been, in my opinion, extremely well improved upon. So starting at the front, the bucket, if you get the loader, the steel's way more hardcore here. It seemed a little flimsier with the Emax. This is a legit skid steer bucket now. Same thing with the quick connect arms. There was a quick connect on the Emax, but these ones, again, a lot more industrial, a lot more robust. These things won't break on you. They have a little metal piece in here. You can lock the quick connect up or release it down. I found myself struggling with the Emax loader quick connect on many occasions. This one also comes with a leveling bar, so you're not scooping dirt when you're trying to pick up that mulch or whatever stone you get delivered. The engine's a Mitsubishi in this, so it's flipped normally as opposed to the old Yanmar. So they have a hood release here. You can pull the grill down and just pull the hood up from the front. Now, as I stated, I wanted to go through some things that I've noticed that are immediate improvements with this tractor. So that was the front. The engine itself, 23 horsepower versus 19 and a bit. For me, it was a no-brainer. You're getting another 150 pounds of lift on the loader and a lot more power to the wheels, to the PTO in the back, and there's a lot more weight in this machine too. So if you're looking to do any tilling or anything where you're moving dirt around, you're going to be happy with that extra weight. The PTO hitches in the back, it was a narrow, category 1 narrow before. So if you wanted to get something like a post hole digger or any sort of implement that required the standard category 1 hitch, forget about it. With this new 11 series, 1123 as I have, you can get anything on this. Anything that's category 1. The hitch I've noticed, or the PTO apparatus can lift things a lot higher. And I had this on my old Emax and it was barely getting it up off the ground. This, no problem. They now have a true quick connect as well for the loader. You literally just pull this latch up and you put the kickstands down, and that's it. Your loader's detached. You can go and cut your grass. I like to leave my loader on because I'm prominently using this for loader work. But I mean, if you're using it with the mid-mount mower and you don't want the loader, that's a fast and easy connection now. They've moved the operator's joystick up to the seat. It's no longer at the front here, which allows you access from both sides. I find this is already way more robust than the old one. It seemed a lot more flimsy. It was always coming loose on me. You can adjust the steering wheel tilt, and you can bring it up and down. There's work lights now that you can use. So if you have the machine in park, you can turn the work lights on or off. There's a horn. I don't have my keys in here. I'd show you the horn. It's just a beep beep. That was never on the old machine. The switch for the 4-ways has been improved, as have the lights themselves. The control for 2-wheel, 4-wheel drive has been moved down to a position. It used to be on the side here, but you don't really ever need to switch it that often. Most people usually leave their machine in 4-wheel drive, so I think it's smart that they put it down here. You can adjust the seat as well, back or forward, with this lever. The throttle has been moved from beside the steering wheel to down here. This was something that took me a little while to get used to, because I was used to using the hand throttle beside the steering wheel, but I do think it actually is more intelligent to leave it down here. You're not really going to play with the throttle all that much while you're operating. This is a massive improvement. This is the PTO level. On the old one, you could drop the PTO up and down, but this gives you a couple different positions to work with. So if you were working with a mid-mount mower, or in my case, the brush cutter, you can kind of set your position and you know where it's going to be at. And you can also adjust these knobs to keep your implements at a certain position. This is something new to me because we used to have the rocker pedal of the Emax, so it was the forward and reverse. So I'm still trying to wrap my head around going back and forward, and it does make loader work a little bit more difficult, especially since my Cub Cadet has the rocker style front back pedal. Going over to the other side here, they've improved the lights on the back. They've improved the location of the PTO turnoff. It used to be on the right hand side of the back. I think this is far more efficient, because when you're coming in and out, I usually come in and out off the left side. You can easily just remember to turn that off and turn it on. This is just another little interesting thing. They have the cup box, drink holder. Yeah, that's the Mahindra Emax. I'm actually paying less for this than I was for my new machine, because the new Mahindras are entirely made in India. So you end up getting some savings on the tariffs if you're in Canada like I am. I'm not sure how that would affect you if you're in the States. But yeah, I'm really loving my new machine. I wish they had this several years ago when I bought the Emax. I would have went straight to this, but I guess then I wouldn't have seen the improvement that I have. Anyways, like I said, I'm new to this, so if you have any questions about this tractor, drop a comment below, and I will be happy to get back to you. Oh, I forgot to mention, the one thing that I am not a huge fan of as of yet. So this has a proper bar here if you want to set up anything that you might be towing, a trailer or anything off this hitch. That's a good feature. The PTO itself, this has a nice cover that can kind of come up and down to give you some accessibility. I don't know what it is. I am having the most difficult time attaching my brush cutter to this PTO shaft here. I don't know what it is, and the cover, although good in the fact that you can move it up and down, still prevents my hands from being able to get in and really work around there. So I'm going to get a PTO link, I think, which will make things a lot easier for me going forward. But that was the only thing that I disliked about this tractor. I actually found with the Emax I had a lot easier time hooking up the rotary cutter PTO shaft to the male end there. But everything else on the back end, I love it. It's a lot more robust. This feels like a real piece of equipment, as opposed to what I can now consider was a lawn tractor.